Hello students, I welcome you all on my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss some problems based on definition of group. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's start. So problem number one is show that set of integers is a group, in fact abelian group under addition, right? Under simple addition. Okay, let us solve this problem. Solution. So see here, given we shall prove that set of integer, that is z, is a group under addition, right? So in order to prove that this is a group, we will have to satisfy four property: closure property, associative property, and existence of identity and existence of inverse, right? So for this, let us take three elements from set of integer z and start from the first property now, right? So first property is closure property, right? So in this property, we want to show that addition of two integer is also integer, right? Which is a very basic thing that we know, or you can write it in this way: we know that addition of two integers is integer again, therefore a plus b belongs to z for all a comma b belonging to z, right? So first property is true. Property number two now, associative property, right? Associative property, right? So see here, if we are having three integers 2, 5, 8, right? If we add these two first, then add to this number 2, that is, if we are adding these two first, so we will get 13, and then 13 plus 2 would be equal to 15. Now if we add 2 and 5 first, then we will be getting 7, and after this, if we add this number to this, we will get 15, right? So this property, we are getting equal number in both way. So this property is known as associative property. Okay, it seems like it would be true for each and every operation, but it's not like that, right? As in case of subtraction, this is not true, right? It is true in case of integer and addition. When operation is addition and set is integer, it would be true. But when operation is subtraction and integer is set of integers, then this property this property is not true, right? So therefore you can directly write here. So we know set of integers satisfies associative associative property associative property associative property. Therefore a plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus, which is basic rule, right, for all a comma b comma c belonging to z, right? So now see property number 3, existence of identity. Okay, so see here, you are having an element a from integer, and we know if we add 0 to this a, we get a again, right? And this 0 is integer, so therefore we can say, therefore 0 belonging to z acts as identity, right, in this case. Okay, so identity is also nz. Now lastly we are going to prove that inverse is also n this set, right? Existence of inverse. Okay, you see, for all a there exists b equal to minus a, such that a plus minus a is equal to 0. Therefore we can say inverse exists, inverse of a, therefore inverse of a exists, right? Thus all four properties have been satisfied by this group. Thus we can say, thus z forms a group under addition, right? So this is how to solve the problem when you want to prove that the set is a group. Okay, so you see, one more time I would like to discuss this inverse. And what is this inverse thing, right? So identity, as we know, identity is something which when added to any element of G or any element of set, okay, like अगर कोई एलिमेंट A है किसका, सेट का, उसके लिए कोई ऐसा एलिमेंट एग्जिस्ट करे, ठीक है, हर एलिमेंट के लिए अगर कोई ऐसा एलिमेंट एग्जिस्ट करता है उसी सेट में जो ऑपरेट करने के बाद सेम रहता हो, okay, like 0 will be working here as an identity, right? So that element is known as identity. Okay, and inverse of some element is an element which when operated to a we get identity element. Okay, once again we will be once again I'm telling you this, when we will be solving more and more problems on group theory, you will be automatically coming to know that what is this identity and what is this inverse, right? So keep on practicing and you will come to know, right? So some more problem we are going to discuss right here. Problem number 2. One more thing I would like to tell you. This group is also abelian group because it also satisfies fifth property, that is commutative property, right? Because we know a plus b is always equal to b plus a for all a comma b belonging to z. Therefore fifth property is also satisfied. Therefore we can say this group is abelian group. Right. So now problem number 2. Show that z, that is set of integer, is not a group under simple multiplication. Okay, why I'm saying simple multiplication? Because in this theory, in this book, we will be having many operations, multiplication modulo, addition modulo. So that's why I'm preferring to say simple multiplication over here, right? Under simple multiplication. Okay, now solution. Okay, so this set doesn't form a group under multiplication. So let us see. We are given z as a integer, as a set. Okay, set of integer is our set here, and operation is multiplication. So let us take. We shall prove that z is, or you write in this way, z is we shall prove that z is not group under simple multiplication. So let us see which property this set is going to violate, right? So property number 1 now. Okay, closure property. For closure property, let us take two elements, right? Let a comma b belongs to z. We know multiplication of two integer is integer again. Therefore z is closed under multiplication, right? Now second property. Second property is associative property. We know a multiplied with b and c is equal to A into B multiplied with C, right? For all A comma B comma C belonging to Z. Therefore, this set holds associative property or associative law, right? Now, property 3, existence of inverse. No, sorry, identity first. Identity. Okay. Now, for identity, we need to find out a number which, when multiplied to A, yields A again. So, can we find out such number? Yes, we are able to find out such number, and that number is 1, right? When A1 is multiplied to A, we get A again, right? So is this one integer? Because we are working right now in integer, right? So this is integer. Yes, this is integer. Therefore, this property is also satisfied, and 1 belongs to integer. Therefore, 1 acts as identity. In this case, 1 acts as identity in this case, right? So third property is also satisfied by this set. Now, fourth property, existence of inverse. Now see, if we are having A here, which is an integer, can we find out some number which, when multiplied to A, we get 1, which yields 1? So yes, we do have such number, and that number is 1 upon A, provided A is not equal to 0. But you see, is this number integer? But this is not integer. Okay, this is not integer. Therefore, this property has been violated, because we are not able to find out an integer which, when multiplied to this, yields 1. For example, we know 2 is integer, right? So there is no inverse of 2 in this case, right? There is no number, no integer, which, when multiplied to this, yields 1, right? Yeah, we do have some number, rational number 1 by 2, which, when multiplied with 2, yields 1. But this is not integer. Therefore, inverse does not exist, right? Therefore, inverse does not exist, right? So that's why we will say this. Therefore, Z is not a group under multiplication, right? But yeah, we can say, since it is satisfying 3 properties, so therefore we can say this is a monoid, right? Okay, so one more problem. Problem number 3. Show that set of rational number does not form does not form group under multiplication. Okay. Solution. So again, since set is q and operation is multiplication. Okay. For now, let us check, does it satisfy first property or not. First property is closure property. Let a comma b belongs to rational number. We know multiplication of two rational number is again a rational number. Therefore, a star or a multiplied b belongs to rational number again. Therefore, q is closed under multiplication, right? Property number 2 is associative property. Associative property. Again, in this case, let a, b, c belongs to rational number, set of rational number. Okay, right. We know a multiplied b multiplied c is always equal to a multiplied b multiplied c. Therefore, q satisfies associative property, right? Property 3 now, existence of identity. So students, I would like to ask you, what is that element which when multiplied with a yields a again? So it is 1 again, and also 1 belongs to rational number. 1 is rational, therefore 1 acts as identity, or you can say multiplicative identity in this set, right? In this set. Now last property, let us see. Property number 4, existence of inverse. So here you see inverse of 2 is 1 by 2, right? Yes, for 2 obviously inverse of 2 exists, right? And inverse of 3 is 1 by 3, right? Or you can say inverse of 2 by 3. Is 3 by 2. Also some other rational number like 9 over 11. Inverse of this is 10 over 11. And 1 by 2 is rational. Yes, it is rational. This is also rational. All these numbers are rational. So you will be thinking that inverse of every element is existing, but this is not true, because 0 is also a rational number, but inverse of 0 does not exist, because there is no element which when multiplied with 0 yields 1. There is no element, okay, which when multiplied by 0 yields 1. Okay, there is no such element. So therefore we say inverse of 0 does not exist. Thus property 4 has been violated. Is violated, or it doesn't hold. Does not hold. Okay, in this case, that is in the case of rational number. Thus we can say rational number doesn't form group under simple multiplication. Okay, I hope you got it. So now we are moving on to the fourth problem, which is again related to rational number, but now in order to make it a group, this set of the rational numbers, we are going to exclude, okay, we are going to exclude 0 from this set, and now this set will be denoted by q star. Okay, see here, problem number q star is a set, okay, which does not include 0, right? It is all this is a set which contain all non-zero rational numbers, and problem 4 is based on this set only. Okay, right? Problem 4, prove that q star is a abelian group. So guys, it is pretty simple. Property 1 same as we did in problem 3, property 2 again same, and property 3 same, and property 4, because q star does not contain q star does not contain 0, therefore this was the only problematic number, right? Because inverse of this element was not existing in the previous case, but since we have excluded this 0 from the set, therefore now there is no problem in other elements, because all the elements is having inverse in rational number, right? Therefore inverse of every element exists in this case, so we do not need to write that this is not a group, right? This is a group now. In fact, this is a abelian group, because we know property 5 is commutative law, and it holds commutative law also, because A multiplied B is always equal to B multiplied A, right? Okay, fine. So see, first problem in first property, two non-zero rational number is always equal to non-zero rational number, right? So I'm leaving this problem for you, and I hope you will do this. Okay, so I think this is it for today. Rest of the things will be done tomorrow also. We are going to discuss problems on the based on the definition of the group. So yes, meet you tomorrow, guys.